think that I'm doing a gallery show for the first time with some of the people that I grew up in the Lower East Side on 99 between 2nd and 3rd Avenue. That's right where I'm, in the neighborhood where I was born. That's the circle of life. I think that's amazing. So, I grew up in the Lower East Side with great friends where we all had something in common. We loved art. And after all these years, somehow we're still connected to the art world. And in the past 20 years, I had a desire to do a show and showcase their work. And the one that inspired me with this vision was Annie Arroyo, who I grew up with since childhood, and my daughter, Abigail, my second born. And now it's happening. I find that amazing.
Hello, Emily is one of the featured artists at Seeing Voices de Visiones Boricua, and she is a recent graduate of
SUNY Purchase. I got a BFA in printmaking.
Excellent, excellent. SUNY Purchase is, a lot of people here are SVA alumni, but SUNY Purchase is the other SUNY artistic school in our little part of the world. So you've had an opportunity here to meet Mr. Rodriguez and Mr. Dimas and have a chat with them. Do you have any impressions from meeting these giants in the art world?
Oh my God, it's just to be a part of the same show as these two like icons, like wow, like I'm so grateful and blessed to be like freshly out of school and to be asked. Like their art is amazing. Like I was just looking at Mr. Jorge's piece,
Yes.
His piece, The Lost Individual, I believe, or something along the lines of the missing. It was just like looking at such amazing work, and like the abstraction of in his piece, I see a lot in what I do, and I just didn't even realize like the connection between the two. And Marcos, he's amazing, and to be asked to come to his print shop and work with them has been such a phenomenal, like that's such a blessing. I'm so excited to be working and to see what comes about with that.
Outstanding,
Yeah.
Outstanding. What is your biggest goal as an artist?
My biggest goal as an artist, I love to inspire others. I love when I'm able to connect with audiences and like to challenge the way that people perceive their lives. Like I love thinking about my perception, and so to be able to connect with individuals on that level is like very impactful for me. And I love hearing when my friends, they're like, oh my God, like you told me about this and now I do this in my artwork, and I'm just like, wow, that makes me feel like, that just makes me feel so good. And my biggest goal was really to just continue teaching and like expressing through my work and my art. I would love to have some organization that I'm able to give the resources that I now have that I didn't have as in high school, to people who might have felt like they don't have, like they didn't have the opportunity like me when they were young, that, oh, here's a new hobby that I would love to do. And so I want to be able to provide a space to explore those opportunities and provide courses for kids and adults and studio space, and to be able to mentor people, for people who don't have in their communities. I definitely would love to be the person to provide that, and why not do that through art?
And that is called for so much now, as we live in an area where the funding of arts in public schools cut and cut and cut and decreased. So if without access to without access to community centers that have a budget for such things, you know, the arts are being taken away from our children, and that is very, very important and a very laudable goal. Some people suffer from what they call imposter syndrome, where they think, nah, I don't belong here or anything like that. You know, so.
Well, I feel like that's some of the feelings that I was coming to this show with. Like, wow, I'm in the same show as Marcos. Like, wow, like this is crazy. But I think something that one of my best friends told me was like, if your work wasn't professional enough, they wouldn't have asked you to be part of it. And so I think trying to focus on the outside sources that are there to encourage you and there to reassure you, I think has been something that's been keeping me motivated and continuing my work. I have a lot of those voices that's like, whoa, like, are you sure this is good enough? Are you sure? But I just reassure myself, like, yes, like you're making your work, you are telling your story. It's all about you. It's what you bring to the table. It's the way that you connect to other people. And even just setting up the show, we had people coming in and out and just watching us, and I was having conversation with them, and they were very intrigued in what I had to say. And so just by talking about my art really kept me motivated as well. I'm just like feeling like I'm being understood. So I think really talking about it and being able to vocalize what your art is about is at least the first step in getting to that. Like, you're not an imposter. You really, you are valuable.
That is a gift. Feeling understood.
Yeah.
That's really powerful, Emily. What would you say is there a general theme to the pieces that you're showing today?
Yes. Okay, so like I said, I focus on the ways that I perceive the world and through my senses. So two of the pieces that I have is focused on like foods and textures and how these specific foods, like I have a lollipop and shrimp in one of the backgrounds, like those are two significant things that I are very sensitive to texture with when it comes to eating. Like my distasteful one is the one with the brain. It's a story of when like the first time that I ever had shrimp, it triggered like, ooh, this feels and looks like how a brain would feel like. And so I have like this weird association. And just like the lollipops, like oftentimes when you're sucking on a lollipop, it gets like these like creases in it or holes that it like cuts your tongue and it hurts. And it's like a shared feeling that a lot of people have experienced with candy, like hard candies like that. And so I like when my art triggers something in somebody, like it's like a sensory overload, and to get you to start thinking about, oh, this is how she perceives something. How is it that I perceive? Like, what is it? What are the images that my brain creates? Like, what are the feelings that my nerve, like what, like those tingly sensations when you think of a memory or something.
Mm-hmm.
I like when my art triggers that in people, and so.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Outstanding. So what is it time to do right now to the people who might be seeing your clip between now and June 25th?
Come to the show.
Yes.
Yes, come to the show. There's so much amazing work. Like I was helping curating, putting up this, and I was just like mesmerized by everything that I was putting up. Like, just it's phenomenal. Like, just come. You have to see it. Just viewing it online is not gonna do it justice.
Excellent, excellent. And as an encouragement, you were assisting Albert. Albert
Phenomenal.
And he's very discriminating. That you made the cut, you can wear that with pride. You can take that with you.
I love him. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily. Thank you for joining with us.
Thank you.